me, the most important take-home message, take-away message was, what a vibrant and engaged community you have already built. All the sessions were full of enthusiastic presenters and presentations. They were presenting the challenges they were overcoming in making the access to the data possible, the linkage, what the lessons learned. So that was, I think, a very, very great way to show and to experience the momentum that the network already has. And I really hope that in the upcoming 2 years, we will use this momentum to bring the network even further. So that was the first element that struck me positively, very positively. But when I was following those sessions with my eyes of a social scientist, I also thought, like, I'm missing this flavor a little bit in the presentations that we were seeing there. There's a huge potential to add this socioeconomic aspect to a lot of work that's being executed by the community, but it's not yet showing that directly. And maybe that's already bridging to what we are aiming for the upcoming 2 years, to bring this perspective a little bit more and showcase a little bit more the possibilities and also the challenges that are inherent to this type of approach, of course, because it's also very clear that in some cases the data might not be there to add those dimensions. So we also have to address the data availability problem to the whole equation. It's great to have this data, but not every country, maybe not every organization will have access to this data. But I think if we will not start addressing this issue, we will never move forward. So I think that's from my perspective, the second most important aspect.
Great, thank you. Amy, what are your major takeaways from the conference?
My major takeaway is that we increased awareness in the US. It's the first time this event has ever been held in the US. I hope they let us do it again. I think that we did well enough, but in past years, when I went to the 2016 event in Wales, there were 4 Americans, including me. And in 2018, we doubled the number. That means there were 8. So, you're looking at this gradual increase of awareness over time. And I think that there was that precedent-setting aspect of it, that we made more Americans aware of it. To Kasia's point, despite numerous outreach efforts, we didn't really have as strong a showing from the statistical data linkage community, certainly not from the social science linkage community. And that is just more work to be done. I think that once we get people seeing what they missed in Chicago, it will be easier to try to draw them in. And we also want to see more programming happening in the off years around the IPDLNs so that more folks will be able to say, I need to be in Rotterdam. I need to see what's going on. So that was great. And to Kasia's also doubling down on her point, we received 517 abstracts. I have never run a peer review process for 517. So we got through that, but when you look at them, 60% of them were these real world applications, and of those, nearly all were health focused. So that is wonderful. I do not mean to disparage that at all, but how do you bring in the other fantastic applications? And I do think that it is this domain silo, disciplinary silo aspect that we need to be working on. But I think this has made huge steps forward in doing that.